Alright everyone, so I got a comment on how to aim better in OpenSpades. So what I've got here, and you can probably see it, is I've got a little target down there that we're going to try to take fire and aim at. I've set it 3 blocks high because that's how high most people are. Unless they're crouching, of course, then you're only 2 blocks high. But most people are standing. So, there's a few ways to be able to aim better in this game. And it's not going to be relying so much on your aiming as it's going to be your hearing and map knowledge. So what I mean by that is, I like to keep my map zoomed all the way out. And whenever you're playing, you can see my character on my side. And you can see other teammates, but you can't see the enemies unless they fire. Whenever they fire, the bullet will travel across this big map that I got here. Or it will go across the little miniature one up in the top right. Whenever they fire, you won't see the position, but yeah, you'll see the bullet travel. And if they're spraying side to side, then that's a good indication, or a good way of indicating where they might be. Now, as far as your teammates firing, as you can see, I can fire, and my teammates theoretically could fire, and you wouldn't see any of our rounds, you just see the enemy's rounds. So, you can use that. You can also listen for firing to try and figure out where they might be, and then start aiming in. I'd also recommend that if you're scoped in, like you're fairly certain that there's, or let's just back up to where I can't see that block anymore. So, I'm fairly certain that there's someone down here, but I can't see anything. So I'm going to put my scope down, and as you can see, I've got a whole lot more vision than if I had it up all the way. So while I'm searching for people, I point my scope down, and then whenever I find someone, I then put it on them. So that's a good tip. Also, here's another good tip. Since you're so reliant on sound and looking at where bullets are coming from, a lot of people don't utilize this, but try sneaking. There's a button, now it depends on what your button's bound to. For example, mine's bound to mouse 5, I believe. Yeah, see? My sneak's bound to mouse 5. But no one really uses sneak. If you get good at using sneak, like especially if you're in tunnels and stuff, and you already have them dug out, and you're, just sneaking around, no one's going to hear that. No one's going to hear you come out. They're going to have to actually see you come out. And by that point, I mean, aiming's not even really too much of an issue because they're in plain sight. You're not going to get picked from across the map. It's going to be close quarters whenever you firefight. So you should be covered in that area. I mean, you might be outgunned, especially if you were to do what I suggested right here, where you literally dug a tunnel system right in front of someone's spawn. But I mean, if you're flanking out of a tunnel, or if you're in a tunnel fighting somebody else who's in a tunnel and you sneak around in the tunnel, they're not going to know where you are unless they see you. And chances are they probably won't see you. They're relying solely on hearing you to try and figure out where you are. And if they can't hear you, then they probably won't be able to find you. But you'll be able to find them because they probably won't be sneaking, because almost no one sneaks in this game. So utilize that. Another thing you can definitely utilize, especially if you don't want to get caught, is use your shovel, because this thing right here, it's not even a shovel, it's a spade, but use the spade. This thing makes no sound. I would highly recommend you don't do this move. This is a bad idea. Sure, it can one-hit kill, but it's very hard to actually hit somebody whenever it flicks up. The hitbox is just not there. You're better off just running at the person and doing this really fast and praying that you hit someone. And that will be super quiet. They won't hear it. No one does it. Everyone just uses this thing for mining blocks. But this thing right here, this shovel, is a real godsend in the trenches besides the shotgun, because this will keep your position hidden. No one will know where you are, especially if you come and hit them from behind. If you sneak and hit them from behind, they're friends will have no idea where you are. But if you just go and shotgun blast or just mow them down with an SMG in a tunnel and you're not sneaking, everyone's going to know where you are. Everyone's going to come for you. And that's how people are able to aim at you so well. Or even whenever you're out, far out like here. 9 times out of 10, these people are already just sitting on their scope, just ready to hit you. So the only chance you have is just to pay attention to where the firing's coming from and listening to where it sounds like it's coming from, and then prepare to aim, look a little bit down, and then if you see somebody aim up, pop a shot. Anyways, that's all the advice I have. So it's not so much of a sight game as it is really just listening and paying attention on the map to where the bullets are coming from. Anyways, I hope that helps someone.